guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna bring you along for a what I eat in a day, but it's going to be a little different because today is actually my birthday. I turned 30 today, which has been so crazy to think about all week. I feel like people say, you know, when you turn 30, you're like, 30, it's so old. That's not how I feel because most of my friends are in their 30s or mid 30s, so I know it's not old. It's more like a really big milestone that I've been thinking a lot about, of where you have expectations of where you'll be by a certain age, thinking about like what you've accomplished, what you still want to do, things you want to change. It's a big moment for all of that introspection. But anyway, I want to take you guys along with me today because I took the day off work and we're gonna have a little bit of a wellness day and just do some of my favorite things. I just had breakfast. Jimmy made me my favorite, which is French toast, gluten-free, dairy-free for all my allergies, like a healthier French toast. I have a video with the recipe of it, so I'll link it here, and some chicken sausage, and then we did a smoothie. I love having French toast on my birthday or special occasions. That's like my favorite thing. I could eat French toast for most meals, honestly. Even on my birthday, I still, I like to do fun things, but I love eating healthy, honestly. That's been a big shift for me based on 10 years ago was not like that. I do love eating healthy because I love how it makes me feel, but I like to indulge with some healthy things. That's why we're doing the French toast. I'm still doing my lemon balm tea because that really helps my nervous system and my digestion. Today, we are going to go to a massage appointment in a little bit. I'm very excited about that. We're gonna go to an Austin spa, and then I kind of need a pedicure. One of my toenails half fell off the other day, and I was like, that's not cute. And I'm going to the beach this weekend for my birthday with some friends, so probably be nice if my toes looked presentable. I think we're gonna run right after and get a pedicure because it's right near there. Then Jimmy and I are going to do a fun birthday lunch. I don't know where, we need to pick a place. We'll come back here and maybe get some stuff done and relax a bit. And then for dinner, we're going to my favorite fancy restaurant in Austin, so I can show you when I get there. It's a sushi restaurant. It's so delicious. I don't actually even eat sushi, like I don't like raw fish, and they make me trumpet mushroom rolls. Super excited for that. Anyway, I'm gonna take you along with me for my birthday and what I eat in a day, little wellness girly birthday, and we'll have some fun. By the way, little random hack I love to do in case you're wondering what this is. I had some vanilla beans, like real vanilla beans. So you can see when you use a vanilla bean, you basically scoop out the inside. I made like cacao butter, like white chocolate fudge or something. I don't know, it was delicious. If I make it again, I'll film it. I made that using the vanilla beans, and then I was like, this is such a waste because vanilla beans are amazing. They taste so good, they're so fragrant, and I didn't want to just use the inside, so you can actually put them inside a jar like maple syrup, and then it flavors the maple syrup naturally. That is what I did with this, and it's really good, and I always use it for my French toast. I'm all done with breakfast, so now I am going to get ready for the massage. I need to check the weather. It looks beautiful outside. This big sweater might be a little bit too warm. It doesn't look like there's a cloud in the sky, which is really nice for the birthday. I have to leave in about 20 minutes for the massage, so I'm going to go get ready. Hey guys, okay, I just got my massage and it was really, really nice and relaxing. I still have massage lines on my face a little bit, but we're very happy and relaxed. So now I'm going to run into the nail salon and see if they can take me, fingers crossed, and then we'll run to lunch. It is so beautiful outside. It's 75 degrees, sunny, like not a cloud in the sky. It's just so pretty. So I'm glad I get to be out and about today. just got my pedicure and it was really nice and relaxing, and now we've picked up this one. Say hi. We're gonna go grab Sweetgreen for lunch, quick and easy. I typically get a chicken bowl with tons of veggies and fun toppings. I'll show you what we got when we get there. Hey guys, we just got home. Lunch was good. Sweetgreen is always just a classic. And now I'm craving something sweet, of course. So I'm going to have some of my favorite. This is the Hue cashew butter and vanilla bean. They're dark chocolate. I like to have a square of this if I am craving something sweet after lunch or dinner. I am so zenned out right now because I had my massage. I had a really nice morning. I got my pedicure and it's really sunny, so I am going to relax and read a book for a little bit. But I thought it'd also be fun to talk about some things that I've learned kind of in my last year of my 20s. So I'm gonna sit on the couch and eat my chocolate and we can talk about it. Okay, we're actually on the floor, but I need to take my supplements first because it is after lunch. I always make sure after lunch to take my PCOS supplement is what I call it. It's like my hormone supplement. It's Protea Baseline. I'll link it below. I make sure to take that. And then I also make sure to take my magnesium. Just took those. Today I'm getting some alone time and some time just with Jimmy, which is really nice. And it's letting me think about turning 30 and thinking about the past decade and the decade moving forward. Really just some of like the biggest things that I've learned and that I want to take forward with me. The first one being, I've really been thinking about what I liked doing as a child and trying to incorporate more of that into my life, because I think that as we get older, you're doing less creative things, like less creative writing, more like book reports, and the creativity and the individuality kind of gets like beat out of you. So that happens, and then typically you go into college and into the workforce. If you're like me, you have no time is what it feels like in your 20s because you're working so much and you're trying to work your way up the ladder. Before you know it, you're not really doing the stuff that you loved and what makes you you. I've been thinking back a lot to like what I did love as a child. I played a lot of sports. I was really into art. I always loved creating things. So I'm trying to implement those things back into my life, doing those little things to honor who you are as a person and honor what you like, and make sure that, you know, in a given week, you're still spending time doing things that you love, even if you have a busy job and you're working a lot. That's one of my big learnings that happened in the later part of my 20s, more recently, honestly, and now I'm trying to take that into my 30s. Another one is obviously health and wellness. Just being me, I am like obsessed with my health and wellness. You know, I really enjoy it and have a lot of fun with it, honestly, nowadays. But even 7, 8 years ago, I wasn't really thinking about that and I didn't have a good understanding of it. In my mid-20s, I learned a lot about health and wellness from having PCOS. Also, just in general, learning how many things you can do to really improve your quality of life. I really want to age gracefully and I want to be strong as I'm aging. I want to still be able to do all of the things that I love doing. I really have learned the importance of low impact workouts. Right now I'm back into Pilates. I also like to incorporate weights and we do a lot of walking. I think that it's so good for you. Like I try to go on 2 walks a day. Really thinking about like the long term. Also seeing the impact in the past 5 years, for example, seeing the impact, eating really healthy and having this healthy lifestyle, what that's done for my hair, for my skin, everything. It's just been so beneficial to me. I really want to take that into my 30s and keep learning what makes me feel the best and look my best and continue that. The third learning I want to share may seem obvious in a way, but I don't think it really is. You have the power to impact your own life, and no one is going to do it for you. And when I say impact, I really mean positively impact. I think that a big learning in your 20s is you're trying to figure out, what do I want to do with my life? And what do I like? Where do I want to live? Who do I want to spend my time with? How do I want to spend my time? What do I want to do? It can be overwhelming. You also figure out that you are the person that gets to determine that. At the end of the day, it depends how you set your intention, the type of people you surround yourself with, how you do spend your time is how you're going to spend your time. If, for example, I want to live a life where I get to enjoy weekends and my evenings and I get to go on vacation, I have to make sure that I'm choosing a job and a career where I have that flexibility. At the end of the day, you just realize how much power you have to control your own happiness. And yeah, that's not to say bad things don't happen that are out of your control, but at the end of the day, I do think we have a lot more control than we realize. I feel like that's been a nice thing about my mid and late 20s, was that kind of realization. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard when things feel like they're maybe going wrong, like you're having a bad day or a bad week, or something happens and you think that's the exact opposite of what I was wanting to happen. Then years later, you can kind of look back and see that things worked out. You have to always have that reminder that things are going to work out. You have to be taking actions that are in the direction of what makes you happy and who you want to be and how you want to spend your time. That was my biggest learning, is just to make sure that I'm putting in the work to take those actions and positively impact my life. And then also have the understanding that when something happens that I did not want to happen, it might be for the best, and kind of looking at what could be the good that comes from this. That's something my therapist taught me, is when maybe someone random is brought into your life, say you're at the grocery store and someone is so rude or something, and you're just like, why is this person being so rude? It's kind of like asking the universe, God, whatever you believe in, why was this person brought into my life? Why did I have this interaction? Was it to teach me patience? Was it to learn to stand up for myself? Was it to have empathy for someone else? There's always a reason. I think there's always, even if it's little, there's always learnings. There's always a little bit of positivity you can take from it, whether it's your resilience and strength in a situation, or maybe where it down the line is going to help you end up. And then my last learning of my 20s that I want to share. There's been a lot of lessons learned along the way, but these are just some of the big ones. I know everyone says this, but it's very, very true. The older you get, you just care so much less about what other people think. And that is such a nice, powerful, freeing thing. Ultimately, it's your life that you're living. Other people's opinions do not matter. It just doesn't matter, and it shouldn't impact you. People can be hurtful, especially if it's people that you love or you admire or people that you respect. Obviously things can hurt, but the more that you can have internal validation rather than external validation, just to have confidence in yourself and know that you're doing the right things for yourself, even if that's not what someone else would do, that's okay. That's been something that's really freeing, is just letting go of a lot of that. Ultimately, I think through my 20s, I've learned to stop living my life for other people and to live it for myself instead. At the end of the day, when I go to sleep at night, I have to be okay with the decisions I make, the way I spend my life, the people I surround myself with, all of that. No one else does. I do think it's very important to build that confidence in yourself. And if you're not sure how to build that confidence in yourself, the way that I like to do it is by keeping promises to myself. So if I say that I'm going to do something, I do it. You have to remember, you are the most important person for yourself. You should be your own best friend, and you should be treating yourself really well. Sometimes in our society, people say that that's selfish, and it's not. You need to have a full cup so that you can pour for other people. I think it's so important to build that confidence and love that you have with yourself. If you are keeping promises to yourself, it is easier to have positive self-talk. Be realistic with yourself and give yourself grace, because things happen. When you tell yourself that you're gonna do something, you do it in whatever way that looks like to you. I would say that's just what's really helped me as I've built a lot more confidence in myself and focused more on my own validation. Getting birthday texts and calls, which is very sweet. But yeah, I just wanted to share those partially so that I can also look back on this one day and be like, oh, these are the things I learned in my 20s when I turned 30. I'm really big on self-development and self-growth. I'm a very future-focused person, which I love about myself. It's also hard sometimes because I struggle to be in the present and relax and not be doing something productive. Even going to get a massage and a pedicure today, I constantly feel like I have to be multitasking. That's something I'm working on. I'm just trying to make the most out of my life and make sure that I get to do the things I want to do. We all have only 24 hours in a day, and some of that is sleep, of course, which is very important. But those are just a few of my thoughts. I am going to try to relax a little bit. We're gonna read a book, to call a couple people back, might get a little bit of stuff done, and then we are gonna go for dinner at Uchiko, which I'm so excited for. I can't wait to show you. The food is just so pretty there. I will talk to you guys in a bit. Hey guys, I just got ready for dinner and we're about to head out. I am wearing this cute silk top from Quince, these faux leather jeans, high-waisted jeans. I think it's called like Addicted. Low heels. I got my hair done yesterday, so that's still looking good. I got these cute new earrings. I just did a little bit of light colored eyeshadow and brows, a little bit of mascara, but I decided to skip putting stuff all over my face because I figure I'll be doing that this weekend while we're going out to dinner. So I thought I would skip it for today. I don't know if you can tell in this light. Ooh. I was doing my facial manipulation tool that I got. It's like this wand that vibrates and you just use it to kind of stimulate the collagen, manipulate your skin and push it up a bit. I'm loving that. I just got it this week and I actually noticed it's giving me a nice glow. Stuff. I mean, I have a little breakout here. I felt like I really didn't need to pile on makeup today, so we're just going for it. We are gonna head to dinner now. I will take some clips when we're there of the food so you can check out what I'm gonna eat for my birthday dinner. All right, I'll see you there.
I can't see the issue. Yeah, believe me, I need to keep myself alive, but I don't need to kiss you. Hey, we can make it tonight, baby, that's just fine. Don't know what I'm doing, feel like I am going crazy. Keep it down. You look good, you know it. I can tell you're soaking up all of it now. Hey, hey.
Hello, hello. We just finished our dinner and it was amazing. What was your favorite thing?
Mine?
Yeah. No. Not you. Who else could it be?
The Wacky Rock and Yellowtail.
The Wagyu Rock and the Yellowtail.
And the beets. Always the beets.
I tried something new today. It was a shiitake mushroom nigiri, which is like a cooked shiitake mushroom sushi roll or sashimi. That was really good. I love my classic trumpet mushroom version of that. They actually brought me a little gifted king trumpet mushroom, like shaved and marinated, and that was really tasty. All the dishes are just done to perfection. Now we are going to go grab some ice cream from our favorite place. It's all dairy-free. They have a lot of gluten-free things. They also have sometimes like fresh strawberries when they're in season, and it's so good. They have a cookie dough one too, like called Cookie Monster, and they put blue spirulina in it, and it's gluten-free cookies. Sometimes I'll get that one. Feeling really good after dinner. They were so nice. Anytime I go there for my birthday, I feel like they're always so nice and they give us like free dishes, and I suppose they would probably normally comp a dessert. They gave me today their cookbook and I was so excited. Jimmy was like, that is the best gift they could have given you. The chefs there are just amazing, and I find it so interesting. Oh, they literally signed it. This is so cute. They wrote happy 30th birthday with a heart from the Uchiko team and Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. He was such a nice waiter. We had a really great dinner. They're so nice there. If you're ever in Austin, go to Uchiko. You have to make a reservation pretty far in advance because it is packed. Do not try to walk in there. You will not get seated. You really have to make a reservation, but it's incredible. Any closing words about Uchiko, babe?
Nope. Happy birthday. To the queen.
Oh.
say, let's get to it, and we won't tell nobody. Yeah, we won't tell nobody. Listen to what I say, let's get to it, and we won't.
See what you got. Nice creamy. Hey guys, we just got back home and dessert was so good. My little Cookie Monster cake, it was amazing. It was so funny. We walked in and they have a refrigerator or like a freezer. There was one slice of Cookie Monster cake that was gluten-free, dairy-free, didn't have any of my allergens. First I was looking at it because it didn't have the ingredients and I was like, oh, there's no way I could have that. And then I asked the guy and he was like, I'm not sure. And I was sampling the ice creams. Then I mentioned it was my birthday and he was like, oh my gosh, wait. And he ran back into the kitchen to see if he could catch the person who baked it before she left. And I could eat it. So that was really exciting and it was so tasty. They use blue spirulina. They don't use any dyes or anything. So the ingredients are really nice. Highly recommend it. It's called Gotti. Now we're just back home. I had a really great birthday. It was so nice and relaxing. We're gonna have a lot going on. Starting tomorrow, we are going to be driving to the beach with some friends. We're gonna go horseback riding. We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna do dinners. Gonna have a nice, fun celebratory weekend with my friends. Had a really nice birthday, really nice end to 29, start to my 30s. Just so crazy still to be like, I'm 30. So funny. Age is just such like a funny thing. It really is just a number at the end of the day. I still get carded sometimes. So hey, that's the goal, right? Thank you guys so much for watching and for coming along with me on my birthday. So fun that I got to record today and share it with you. I hope that you got some inspiration from a day where I really got to indulge in fun, healthy things, both at restaurants and at home. If you have any questions, of course, drop them in the comments and I'll link anything in the description box that I mentioned. And I can't wait to see you in my next one. Stelly wants to say bye. Come here, baby. Oh, Stella, can you say bye? Stelly, can you say goodbye? Oh, Stella says, see you next time. Love you guys. Bye. Bye guys, see you next time.